Russell.
G'day.
Clark.
Well, we promised you a very special Peter Russell Clark this morning.
And they're all special, but this
They
one...
are in their own way.
Yeah, but this one's extra.
They're
extra
like children, you can't pick your favourite one.
And if you do, the rest of them hate you.
But this one hopefully is going to be one of your favourites in the bunch because there's just a little extra something to it. A little extra part of the recipe which we think you'll enjoy, and certainly Marie Cardi will enjoy too.
Robbie?
Hello.
Robbie, Alex on the line, thanks.
Hello. Is that Alex Kapranos from Franz Ferdinand?
That's the one.
Oh, Alex.
Good Lord.
Usually we do a food segment with Australia's favourite celebrity chef, Peter Russell Clark.
Well, he was famous in the 80s.
He was very famous in the 80s, and now we've resurrected his career. But
And now we're going to resurrect your career.
No, your career is huge.
So get ready.
Alex, thanks so much for chatting to us. Now, you're in Salt Lake City, I believe.
Yes, I am. Yeah, we're playing here tonight.
How's the food going?
The food, it's I've not really eaten anything today yet. I had some Greek food last night. It was pretty good, but apart from that, no, I not really had.
Are you still writing your reviews?
No, I kind of stopped doing that about 3 years ago. It was great fun. Like I really wanted to have a good excuse to write about where I was when I was on the road, when I was touring, and that sort of thing. And to write about the food that I ate when I was on the road was a pretty good.
The Motley Crue released a different sort of a book about their travels on the road.
Yeah.
They were eating a different substance, I think, Lindsay.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, listen, thank you so much for chatting to us, because we did initially have a request. Marie Cardi, who does the show here, has said that she loves your accent so much. When we featured your album...
I like men who like food as well.
Oh, right.
I mean, the accent is reasonably dreamy in itself. But, you like a man who knows how to eat.
Now, we did put the request through that you just read out a recipe for Marique.
A menu.
Which might have been a little bit dangerous for Marique. And I'm glad to say that
Yes, we don't want anyone getting pregnant from this interview, so...
Yeah, there's quite a few thousand miles between us. That'd be kind of hard, isn't it?
Well, the voice is reasonably potent, I'd say.
Yeah, slightly awkward moment, but that's okay.
Welcome to our radio show.
Yeah. But how have you guys been going? We featured tonight earlier this year, and it's a wonderful record. But have you been pretty much on the road since then?
Yeah, I've been on the road for quite a while. We're just beginning to do some festivals and touring across the States at the moment. We played Coachella the other day, and we've got a lot of because it's summer over here, we've got the European festivals coming up as well, things like Glastonbury and Tea in the Park, and the Spanish and French festivals as well.
How did you go on that extremely difficult decision that had to be made at Coachella, having to opt between Paul McCartney doing his show or Australia's own The Presets on the other stage? Obviously a difficult one.
I know. Well, it wasn't so difficult for me because I love the Presets. I think they're a great band. But my mother had a huge crush on Paul McCartney when she was a kid. Well,
What an unusual thing.
I know. Well, yeah, I know.
What sort of freak is your mother?
I know, but my middle name is Paul because she had such a crazy crush on McCartney, and I felt kind of like obliged. I thought, well, I've got to see him at least once in my life. He is my namesake, so yeah, I checked him out. But I think we're going to be doing some other festivals with the Presets later in the year, so hopefully I'll get to see them then.
Yeah, Alex Presets Kapranos doesn't quite have the same ring to it either, does it?
No.
I thought Alex Wings Kapranos there, but for the grace of God.
That's what it should have been. Yeah.
We've got Alex Kapranos on the line instead of Peter Russell Clark this morning. Another avowed foodie. We're going to come back after a little bit of a listen to one of the tracks from their latest opus and have a bit more of a chat to the man. What song would you like, Alex? You choose. You program for all of Australia.
Oh, right, okay.
Off the musical menu.
Let's listen to Turn It On. That'd be good.
Okay, easy. Here it is. Franz Ferdinand and Turn It On. On Triple J, Franz Ferdinand, Turn It On, and the man behind the music, Alex Kapranos, on the line in Salt Lake City in the States. So, Alex, can you give us a good recipe? Give us one of your favourite old-style recipes that you like to whip out just to impress the ladies.
Oh, a good recipe. I mean, I'm not really a chef or a cook anymore. And when I was writing, I'd be writing about the kind of food that I'd find when I was on the road. And for me, my favourite places to go are just kind of the places that ordinary people would go to as well. Like not necessarily the fanciest of restaurants, but I think so much of the character of a city are in the sort of fast food type places.
Alex, I get the impression you're trying to avoid this question.
Well, no, if you said you ate at a Greek Greek restaurant last night. What was on the menu at the Greek restaurant?
I had
Careful.
some lucky last night, you know. And actually, there's a lot of Greek food in Australia. Some great Greek, Melbourne in particular. There's some really great Greek restaurants. And in fact, somebody told me there's more Greeks in Australia than there are in Greece itself. Maybe that's
not quite right.
I think number 2.
Yeah, we're second.
Right.
Second.
Okay, yeah,
the
yeah,
Greece
yeah.
wins, but
right.
Again.
yes.
But I do, yeah. So I do like it. But
Okay. I believe you guys have got there's a bonus record that was initially released with Tonight, which is like a
that's
dub
right.
version, and it's being re-released. Is that right?
Well, that's right. Like, it only came out as like on a few of the first editions, but it was really popular with a lot of the fans, so we decided to give it a proper release. And well, what's cool as well is it's going to be on vinyl too, which I think you really got to listen to that stuff on vinyl. It sounds way better on vinyl.
Are you a big dub fan?
Dan Carey, our producer, he's really good at the old dub mixes, and he did some different versions of all the songs. And that's going to be out pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, great. All right, well, listen, mate, thank you so much for chatting to us. I know that it was a little bit of a tough call to do an interview with us, considering it was supposed to be about food, but we do really appreciate it. And when are we going to see you back in Australia next?
I'm not sure. I know we're going to be back at some point this year. We're still trying to work out when. But hopefully pretty soon.
All right, Alex Kapranos from Franz Ferdinand.
Bye, Alex.
Hey, thanks very much. Nice to chat to you all.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, cheers. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Do you know what? That was the equivalent of watching a porno with your friends in the room. Because just when I was getting onto something, my name's Robbie, my name's Izzy. Oh, now I'm never going to blow.
We can leave the room if you like.
Too late now. I'll just cut it together with you guys out of it.
You're on Triple J.
Robbie, Marique and the Doctor on Triple J.